Three, two, and one. And we are live, guys. What is the deal? What is going on? My name is John Hilton, and I'm president and co-founder of One Up Nutrition. Today, I'm joined by our fellow co-founder and CEO, Vadim Mordovan. Vadim, what's going on?
How you guys doing?
And we welcome you to the One Up Nutrition podcast. Today's topic is fat loss and how it really works. I think a lot of people don't really understand how they gain or lose weight and what the process actually goes on. We're not going to get too scientific. We're really going to break this down so a lot of people can understand it. Really just going into it, diving in. Like, Vadim, how do you think the body works within storing fat? Just like layman's kind of terms.
Well, your body needs fuel to burn to operate. Your organs burn fuel just by you staying alive and doing your daily activities, like you're working, you're walking your dog, you're chasing your kids. Depending how labor intensive your job is, if you're building houses or you're sitting behind a desk, that obviously building a house requires your body to burn more fuel and more calories for fuel. If you start overeating and eating more than your body, more than you are burning, basically what your body requires for you to stay alive, and what you're spending on everyday activities as far as walking around and doing everything like that, not including the gym. And say you are going to the gym and you add up all those calories, but you eating more than you're burning, you're gonna start storing fat. That's it's simply put. You keep doing that over and over. You start overeating by say 2, 3, 4, 500 calories a day. It adds up.
Yeah.
It's 3,500 calories equals what, 1 pound of approximately say. So you can see how that becomes a problem. A month in, you're going 500 calories over. You gain 4 pounds approximately. And you do that over a long period of time, and now you're 20, 30 pounds overweight.
That's how it starts.
It starts, and it can creep up on you. And I'm speaking from experience. That happened to me. I gained weight, lost weight a bunch of times in my life.
Yep.
Next thing
you were in a caloric surplus.
Yeah, caloric surplus.
The way I like to look at it is like looking at like a car and putting fuel in your car, right? If you fill your tank up, just to the point where it fills or it's full, a full tank, and you could drive away and there's no fuel spilling on the ground or anything like that, you're good. And you'll run out of that fuel and burn through the tank, and you go back and fill it up. Now, when you overfill it and it starts to spill on the floor and stuff like that, that to me is like storing fat, right? So you're getting more fuel than your body actually needs. You're overfueling your tank, and then not like a car would overspill onto the gas station floor. Your body would take that gas or that fuel and then store it as fat for later on.
Yeah,
right?
Or like just like you said, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Say you need 10 gallons to get from point A to point B.
Yes.
And you put enough fuel for 15 gallons. Guess what? You have 5 gallons of fuel left over. And,
yes, and your body will store it to use later for energy. It won't spill it out. You won't. Yeah, it doesn't just work that way. Your body wants to hold on to the extra calories, the extra food that you don't need. So later on, when you maybe don't have food, you'll be able to burn those. Right? It's a survival instinct. Us storing fat is so we can survive. Because back when we were nomadic and everything like that, food wasn't plentiful. It isn't like it is nowadays. So there was times when we were, not eating, and then that's why you'd have body fat to keep you alive during those times. Now, flash forward to today, we have plentiful food. It's the complete opposite, right? Yep. And food is very fatty and stuff like that. Look at McDonald's and stuff like that. So you can see how food today is kind of structuring and setting it up for a lot of people to gain a lot of weight, especially in the United States.
Yep. And then it also a reason why, as you start going through your fat loss journey, and you're 6, 7, 12 months in, it becomes towards the end, people start noticing that it becomes harder to burn fat. Again, your body's trying to hold on to what you have.
Yep.
So it slows down your metabolism, and you could still be eating healthy and you could be doing everything you're doing, but it's going to become harder and harder for you to lose weight because your body's trying to survive.
Okay, so now that we've covered, really how you store fat, Vadim, how do you burn fat?
You start looking into how much fuel does your body need total amount. So there's a basal metabolic rate. How much does your body need in order for you to operate your lungs, for you to breathe,
Survive.
for you to survive, for you to breathe, Then there's how much are you burning through working out, on average, how much you're burning through working out, how many calories you need for that. And then also depends on how active your lifestyle is, and depending on your job, how many calories you need for that. Are you somebody who walks, has to play around with their kids a lot? Are you somebody
Works construction.
right?
Right.
You build,
A lot
you're
more
building
calories.
a whole lot of calories you're using.
Yeah.
Are you somebody who sits behind the desk all day long, so you're not burning that many calories? So when you add all those three things together, amounts of calories together, whatever that total is, you would go into a calorie deficit from there, say minus 500 calories.
Yep. That's the full tank.
That's a
Full tank, and then you minus away from that full
Exactly.
tank to start to burn. Right?
Exactly. So now your body needs, let's throw a number out there. Say your body needs 2,500 calories to do everything that we just described.
Yep.
Your basal metabolic rate.
Full tank, 25.
Full tank.
Yep.
What you're spending on working out and also your daily activities. You're going to go 500 minus 500 from there. So now you're going to be eating 2,000 calories, but spending 2,500 calories.
Yes.
So now you're in a calorie deficit of 500.
And you will burn body fat 500 because it's not in the tank.
Nope.
And if it's not in the tank and you need to run on energy, your body isn't going to utilize what it has.
It's going after that store fat or
Store
the
fat.
extra cookies that you ate a few
Exactly.
months back and store the fat. Your body's going to start using that
They
fat.
stuck around.
And so from my experience, working with clients, you go 500 calorie deficit.
Yes.
You would in a healthy way would you would lose about 1.5 pounds on average per week.
Yep.
You do that for 12 weeks. You notice how somebody can lose 10, 15 pounds, and you're building muscle. You're feeling great. So that's in
In a nutshell.
Nutshell.
What would you do if you were losing weight for a while and you stopped? What would you do after that point?
If you start, you start doing depending most of the time, depending how deep you want to go. If you want to start getting into, sometimes a shredded, like show ready, you up your cardio.
Yep. You start burning more, right?
And
Eating
burning more.
less.
And now as your weight is going down, now your weight is going down, the amount of calories you're going to need also to stay alive and everything that goes down too.
Yep.
So you start stripping more
Stripping away
calories down.
calories,
Next
putting
thing you know,
less in
you're
the tank.
100.
And then you're running the car
200.
harder. You're doing more work,
Yep.
right? And you're going to burn more, right?
Exactly. And then at that point, you're really working really hard trying to get that extra the fat to keep coming off, and then then you can start incorporating during the whole same time. What also helps is supplements. So for example, a fat burner, a thermogenic fat burner, for example, that raises your body temperature, burns calories. Again, it's burning calories, right? It's not technically burning fat; it's burning calories. And
So if you overeat, you fill that tank, and you overfill the tank, the fat burner is not going to solve the problem.
No,
for you.
not going to solve the problem.
No,
guys.
it's not a magic pill.
We talked about this before. You could take a great fat burn like the one we have we have a man and a woman version. You can burn extra 10% of calories per day. Say that's extra 200 calories. But guess what? A slice of pizza, just going over 200 calories to what your body needs total. It wipes out that whole serving of the fat burner.
Yep.
So it only works if you're watching your calories, you're not going over, and then
the work.
fat burners giving you that extra push.
Basically, so like taking a fat burner is going to help your metabolism speed up. So it's almost like putting like a turbo on your car or something like that. It's going to help you move a little bit faster, right, and burn a little bit more fuel than was there if you weren't taking it or not. So to me, looking at fat burners and stuff like that is basically like amplifying the engine just a little bit, giving it a little bit more juice to help you run through the day. So you're going to burn more calories and so on and so forth. But also like a thermogenesis, which is going to help you burn fat, and then it's going to give you really that energy to push you to get into the gym, to actually get the stuff done. Whereas without that, you're not going to be as motivated or as awake, really, to get up and get out there and push yourself, to burn the extra calories through the workout. So I think that's another addition is with that analogy of the car, that that's how a fat burner will work on top of this process. It really just helps the engine perform at a little bit higher rate which will burn that fat a lot faster. Which is the same thing in a car. You put a turbo supercharger on the car, you're going to be injecting a lot more fuel into that engine. You're going to burn through it a lot quicker. So that's a little analogy. I hope that people can understand how their body works similar to an automobile or something along those lines.
You know, just like John mentioned before, that little turbo effect, that you add a turbo to the car, it's making the car work a little faster, a little better, and will make you burn those extra calories. But if you put more fuel in there and you're overfilling, it's not going to really work.
It's going to store, and it's a survival mechanism. It's to keep us alive, right?
Yep.
It's crazy how the body works. Vadim, great job explaining that, man. You would have been a great teacher, but I think you're better at CEO, so I'm happy with that. Yeah, I think that's it for today, right?
Yep.
So
that pretty much sums it up, and it gives a great idea. To
I
people
think so.
to,
We really explained it well.
Yeah.
You know,
without getting scientific. Really, you can kind of understand it. Really, okay, this is what's happening.
I think in straight, just clear terms. That's how fat loss happens or fat gain really happens, right?
Definitely.
So awesome. We're wrapping up another podcast with you guys. If you're watching on YouTube, please leave a comment. We'd love to hear your feedback on this. We'd love new topics, questions, anything like that. And John and Vadim over and out. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
Bye.